my name is Aisha Hussein, and I am a volunteer here at the World Parkinson's Program Annual Gala. I am a recent graduate from the University of Waterloo, majoring in health sciences. And the World Parkinson's Program is a program that provides free Parkinson's medication across the world. Our founder is Dr. A.Q. Rana, and our president, who is also my father, is Mr. Nadeem Hussein. The World Parkinson's Program, it holds this annual gala every year, and today we will be hearing from some amazing keynote speakers, and we will also be raising money for a very important cause. Today, E-Awaz is covering this very, very special and auspicious occasion.
Hi, I'm Mayor Frank Scarpitti from the city of Markham, and I want to say hello to all of the E-Awaz viewers.
जी सामईन नाज़रीन अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। कैसे हैं आप लोग? उम्मीद है खैर खैरियत से खुशकुर्रमत सेहतमंद होंगे सब। हम आपकी मुलाकात करवाने जा रहे हैं जनाब A.Q. राना साहब, डॉक्टर A.Q. राना साहब से। मगर हम कहाँ पर हैं आज? इतना बता चलूँ कि ये कहते हैं कि वेलकम टू पासपोर्ट टू होप, ज़िंदगी की होप दिलाते हैं ये आपको, अपनी सेहतयाबी की होप दिलाते हैं। ये हम आए हैं यहाँ पर आज 2024 गैला में फॉर वर्ल्ड पार्किंसंस प्रोग्राम। इसके बारे में क्या प्रोग्राम है, कैसा होगा, क्या नहीं होगा। एक बड़ी लोग कहते हैं ना कि दुनिया में तो हमने काम कर लिया, आखिरत के लिए भी कुछ करो। तो मेरे A.Q. राना साहब जो हैं, डॉक्टर साहब ज़िंदगी और आखिरत दोनों के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। जवाब नहीं, माशाल्लाह ऐसा काम कर रहे हैं। डॉक्टर साहब को बताऊंगा, सॉरी मैं क्लासेस तो मुझे पढ़ने में ज़रा मुश्किल होगी, मगर यू आर विद मी, नॉट टू वरी अबाउट इट। डॉक्टर A.Q. राना, डॉक्टर A.Q. राना साहब is the founder of World Parkinson's Program and a world renowned neurologist who specializes in Parkinson's disease and movement disorders. बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं। अगर मैं डॉक्टर साहब के मुतालिक बात करना शुरू करूं तो बड़ा लंबा चौड़ा काम हो जाएगा, मगर सबसे पहले तो मैं वेलकम करता हूं मेरे अच्छे दोस्त डॉक्टर साहब, डॉक्टर A.Q. राना। डॉक्टर साहब अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। सर कैसे हैं आप?
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जी, अल्लाह का शुक्र।
डॉक्टर साहब हमारे व्यूअर्स एंड लिसनर्स के लिए ज़रा अगर अपना कुछ तारीफ़ करा दें और आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के बारे में बता दें।
जैसे कि आपने फरमाया, मेरा फील्ड है पार्किंसंस डिज़ीज़ का। तो पार्किंसंस जो है ये एक न्यूरोलॉजिकल कंडीशन है जिसमें लोग जो है वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता स्लो हो जाते हैं। उनके लिए अपनी जो उनकी ज़रूरियात ज़िंदगी हैं, कपड़े बदलना, खाना पीना, वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। तो ये क्योंकि लाइफ लॉन्ग जो है कंडीशन है, इसका इलाज भी पूरी ज़िंदगी चलता है। तो इसके लिए जो है मरीज़ को रोज़ाना कई बार दवाई खानी पड़ती है। तो बहुत सारे मरीज़ दुनिया में ऐसे हैं जो दवाई को अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते। तो इस चीज़ को सामने रखते हुए हमने ये प्रोग्राम शुरू किया था, वर्ल्ड पार्किंसंस प्रोग्राम। तो इसके लिए हम जो है वो मरीज़ों को, जो मरीज़ अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, वो फ्री दवाई देते हैं। और दुनिया के सारे हिस्सों में हमारी चैरिटी जो है ये कनाडा में रजिस्टर है फुली, और इसकी जो सपोर्ट है, लोग डोनर्स, प्राइवेट डोनर्स और हमारे सारे दोस्त वो इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं। तो उसके लिए हम हर साल एनुअल गैला करते हैं। तो ये इस दफ़ा का हमारा 2024 का गैला।
डॉक्टर साहब बीच में हमने 2-3 साल तो आपको मिस किया बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड, मगर उसके बाद दोबारा से वापस आए हैं यहाँ पर आपके साथ। एंड इट इज़ ऑलवेज my and my organization's privilege and it's an honor for us to be part of this gala. And दुनिया के कितने मुल्कों में आप हैं?
मेरा ख्याल है कि हमारा जो लिटरेचर है वो तो 50 से ज़्यादा मुल्कों में यूज़ होता है, और उसकी जो है 20 से ज़्यादा लैंग्वेजेस में ट्रांसलेशन हो चुकी है। हर जगह बहुत कॉमनली यूज़ होता है। मेडिसन भी हम कोई 20 to 50 कंट्रीज़ के दरमियान जो है वो क्लिनिक्स जो हैं वो हम सपोर्ट करते हैं। एशिया, अफ्रीका, इवन इन कनाडा के अंदर भी बहुत सारे पेशेंट्स हैं US में जिनको हम सपोर्ट करते हैं।
डॉक्टर साहब बीइंग अ पाकिस्तानी बैकग्राउंड मेरा और आपका दोनों का, तो ایک سوال آتا ہے کہ کیا پاکستان میں بھی آپ کی آرگنائزیشن ہے؟
جی پاکستان میں بھی ہم کلینکس کو سپورٹ کرتے ہیں. وہاں بھی ایسے مریض ہیں جو دوائی افورڈ نہیں کر سکتے تو ان کو بھی ہم دوائی دیتے ہیں.
ایک عام آدمی آپ کی آرگنائزیشن سے کیسے رابطہ کرے یا آپ کی ہیلپ کے اندر کیسے وہ شامل ہو سکتا ہے؟
جو لوگ سپورٹ کرنا چاہتے ہیں تو ہماری ویب سائٹ پر جا کر ڈونیٹ کر سکتے ہیں, ممبرز بن سکتے ہیں اور دوسری طرح سے کنٹریبیوٹ کر سکتے ہیں والنٹیئر بننے کے لیے. جو مریض ہیں دنیا میں کہیں بھی کوئی مریض ہو جس کو کوئی نیورولوجسٹ دیکھتا ہے تو نیورولوجسٹ ہمیں اپروچ کرتا ہے کہ ہمارے پاس اتنے مریض ہیں جو دوائی افورڈ نہیں کر سکتے, تو پھر ہم اس کی ساری ڈیو ڈیلیجنس کر کے پھر اس کا ارینجمنٹ کرتے ہیں.
دوائیوں کے ساتھ ساتھ اور کیا چیزیں ان کی سپورٹ میں آپ ان کی ہیلپ کرتے ہیں؟
ایک تو ہم جو واکنگ ایڈز ہیں نا, جیسے واکرز ہوتے ہیں, کینز ہیں, ویل چیئرز ہیں, یہ دیتے ہیں. اس کے علاوہ ہم نے پہلی دفعہ اتنا ایکسٹینسو لٹریچر ڈیولپ کیا. ہمارے ایک تو کئی بکس ہیں, اس کے علاوہ ہمارے جو فلائرز ہیں, بروشرز, وہ 25 بروشرز ہیں. وہ جو پارکنسنس کی ہر علامت ہے اس کے بارے میں ایک بروشر ہے, تو وہ 20 سے زیادہ لینگویجز میں ٹرانسلیٹ ہو چکے ہیں. اس کے علاوہ ہماری ایکسرسائز ڈائری ہے. تو یہ سارا لٹریچر ہم فری بھیجتے بھی ہیں, ویسے ہماری ویب سائٹ پر بھی ہے, کوئی بھی ڈاؤن لوڈ کر سکتے ہیں.
ڈاکٹر صاحب یہ تو تمام جگہوں پہ ہر لوگوں کو پتہ ہونا چاہیے, کیونکہ یہ تو کوئی ایسی چیز ہے نا کہ وہ فوری طور پہ تو نہیں ہوتی ہے, اٹ ٹیکس ٹائم. سو وہ وڈ یو سے, ابھی ہم آف کورس ہم انکریج کرتے ہیں لوگوں کو کہ آپ کے لٹریچر کو پڑھیں, مگر اس کے علاوہ بھی آپ کیا کوئک آپ کچھ ٹپس دے سکتے ہیں؟
سب سے پہلے تو یہ ہے کہ ہم سب جو ہے انسان ہیں اور مشکل اور آسان وقت آتا رہتا ہے. اگر کسی کو بھی شیکنگ ہو, ہاتھوں میں ٹریمر ہو, ان یوزول سلونیس ہو, یا سلائیوا جیسے منہ سے گرتا ہے, یا اور نیورولوجیکل چیزیں ہوں, سمٹمس ہوں, تو ان کو کم سے کم اپنے فیملی ڈاکٹر اور پھر نیورولوجسٹ سے اسیس کروانا چاہیے تاکہ اس کا ٹائملی علاج ہو سکے. جو لوگ سپورٹ کرنا چاہتے ہیں ان سے اتنی اپیل ہے کہ یہ جو مریض ہیں جن کو ہم دوائی دیتے ہیں, یہ ایسے ملکوں میں رہتے ہیں جہاں کوئی ہیلتھ کیئر کا سسٹم نہیں ہے, کوئی سوشل سپورٹ نہیں ہے, تو ریسورسز نہیں ہے. تو ان مریضوں کے لیے اگر ہم کچھ بھی سپورٹ کر سکتے ہیں, ایک مریض کی دوائی $40 مہینے کی ہے, کینیڈین ڈالرز بھی, تو ہم یہاں اتنے لکی ہیں کہ ہم ان چیزوں کے بارے میں کبھی سوچتے بھی نہیں دوائی لیتے ہوئے جی. اور ویسے بھی 65 سے اوپر تو یہاں دوائیاں کورڈ ہیں یعنی گورنمنٹ کے ذریعے سے. تو اس لیے اگر آپ لوگ سپورٹ کر سکیں ایسے پیشنٹس کی تو یہ ایک بہت بڑی بلیسنگ ہے کہ ہم کسی کی زندگی کو, کسی کی لائف کو چینج کرنے کا ہم نے ایک ذریعہ بن سکتے ہیں.
ڈاکٹر صاحب لاسٹ کویشچن میرا یہ ہے آپ کے ساتھ کہ آپ نے کہا کہ اگر منہ سے سلائیوا نکلتا ہو, یہ رات کو سوتے وقت بھی کئی لوگ ہیں جن کا منہ سے سلائیوا نکلتا ہے, یا ٹرمر جو ہے ہاتھ کے جو کپاہٹ ہے وہ اگر ہلکی تھوڑی ہے, وہ بھی کوئی علامت ہے اس چیز کی؟
جی, تو یہ جو چیزیں شروع میں ہوتی ہیں نا جی, ان کو اگنور نہیں کرنا چاہیے. جیسے ڈرولنگ میں نے عرض کیا, اسی طرح ٹریمر ہے, یا کبھی کبھی سونگھنے کی صلاحیت متاثر ہو جاتی ہے, یا قبض ہو جاتی ہے سڈنلی, پہلے بالکل بندہ ٹھیک ہے. تو یہ چیزیں ایسی ہیں جو کہ دوسری علامات سے پہلے شروع ہو جاتی ہیں. تو اگر ایسی علامات ہوں تو ضرور اپنے فیملی ڈاکٹر سے کم رابطہ کرنا چاہیے.
سامعین ناظرین, ہم تو گھنٹوں بیٹھ کے ڈاکٹر صاحب سے بات کر سکتے ہیں اس کے متعلق, اینڈ آئی ریئلی اپریشیٹ اٹ. ڈاکٹر صاحب کا ٹائم دینے کا بے انتہا شکریہ, اور آپ انجوائے کرتے رہے اس پروگرام کو, اور بہت ساری نالج ملے گی آپ کو. ہم ڈاکٹر صاحب سے یہاں اجازت چاہتے ہیں, اور اس کے بعد آپ کو اس پروگرام کا آگے بھی روپ ریکھا بتاتے رہیں گے. ڈاکٹر صاحب بے انتہا شکریہ سر آپ کا,
جی بہت
بہت شکریہ آپ کا. جی سامعین ناظرین, اب میرے ساتھ ہیں جناب ندیم صاحب, ویری گریٹ پرسنالٹی. ہی از دا پریزیڈنٹ اینڈ ون آف دا ڈائریکٹرز آف دس آرگنائزیشن. سب سے پہلے تو ویلکم کرتا ہوں میں ندیم صاحب کو. ندیم صاحب السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. سر کیسے ہیں آپ؟
وعلیکم السلام. تھینک یو سو مچ فار کورنگ اس.
نو پرابلم. اینڈ اب آج کے گالا کے متعلق ہم ندیم صاحب سے پوچھیں گے. ندیم صاحب, آج کے گالا کے متعلق کیا بتائیں گے آپ؟
آج کا جو گالا ہے وہ فوکس میڈیسن کے اوپر ہے, بیکاز وی ہیو اوور 600 پارکنسنس پیشنٹس اراؤنڈ دا ورلڈ ان 17 کنٹریز. इंक्लूडिंग इंडिया, पाकिस्तान, बांग्लादेश एज वेल। और हमारा जो फोकस है वो उनके लिए दवाइयों के पैसे जमा करना है। एंड वी हैव बीन प्रोवाइडिंग मेडिसिन ऑलमोस्ट ओवर 9 years नाउ, एंड असिस्टिव डिवाइसेस, एजुकेशन मटेरियल। हमारा जो एजुकेशन मटेरियल है वो ओवर 22 लैंग्वेजेस में ट्रांसलेटेड है, इंक्लूडिंग उर्दू, पंजाबी, सिंधी, जितनी भी हमारी लोकल ज़बानें हैं, और हमारी वेबसाइट के ऊपर अवेलेबल है। और आज की इवनिंग का जो फोकस और मकसद है वो यही है कि हम पैसे रेज़ करें और मज़ीद पार्किंसंस पेशेंट्स जो हैं उनको हम इंडक्ट कर सकें अपने प्रोग्राम में।
और इसके साथ साथ अगर हमारे सामीन और नाजरीन जो देख रहे हैं हमें इस वक्त, वो इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की हेल्प कर सकना चाहते हो तो कैसे हो?
सबसे बेस्ट ये है कि वो एक पार्किंसंस पेशेंट की ज़िम्मेदारी ले लें। एक पार्किंसंस पेशेंट का जो ख़र्चा है वो $40 पर मंथ है, विच इज़ लेस दैन कॉफ़ी अ डे, बट इट कैन हेल्प समबडी टू लिव देयर लाइफ। एंड आई कैन टेल यू कि जो हमारे थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्रीज़ हैं वहाँ पे अगर सिंगल ब्रेड अर्नर है और उसको पार्किंसंस हो जाए तो पूरी फैमिली सफ़र करती है और पूरी फैमिली इस पर डिपेंड करती है। तो मेरी ये दरख्वास्त है लोगों से, जो लोग मुझे सुन रहे हैं, कि अगर वो एक पेशेंट की ज़िम्मेदारी ले लें और वो एक पेशेंट को स्पॉन्सर कर दें पार्किंसंस के लिए, तो आप पूरी फैमिली की मदद कर सकते हैं।
बेइंतहा शुक्रिया आपका। $40 a day, $40 a month, $40 a month. Just imagine that. Just a little over $1 a day. पूरी एक फैमिली की आप मदद कर सकते हैं, एक बीमार की हेल्प कर सकते हैं आप। नदीम साहब बेइंतहा शुक्रिया, इंशाअल्लाह ताला आपसे और फर्दर बात होती रहेगी।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक्स फॉर कमिंग।
I'm Mayor Frank Scarpitti of the city of Markham, and it's a pleasure to be here to the Passport to Hope Gala put on by the World Parkinson's Program. Atomala Thomas was the guest speaker tonight. She is just an incredible woman, got diagnosed with Parkinson's at the age of 35, but she has raised money so that other individuals in Africa can have access to free medication. And she's also a very strong patient advocate. I just want to say thank you to this organization for the great work that they're doing. Parkinson's is still the second most common neurodegenerative disease, second only to Alzheimer's. And we know with Alzheimer's it usually impacts people in later life, where Parkinson's really is almost in a class of its own because of the impact that it has to people of different ages. So once again, I'm honored to be a part of the program, and thank you to the many sponsors and those who've attended tonight. We are Canada's most diverse community. It is a global village, and it's wonderful that the World Parkinson's Program is having their gala here tonight in the city of Markham.
The World Parkinson's Program is the only organization that provides free medications to Parkinson's patients at home and around the world. We have a vision for a future where Parkinson's treatment and supportive care is available to all. That is why we're working towards providing free medications to ensure all Parkinson's patients have access to treatment, providing multilingual educational materials globally, providing patients with assistive devices to help prevent serious injuries from falls. But none of this is possible without you. By donating today, you can help us sponsor medications for at least one Parkinson's patient living in poverty, provide patients with the information needed to better manage their symptoms, prevent a Parkinson's disease-related injury. You can help transform the lives of so many, starting today.
Know any of your friends and colleagues on the board, please ask us any questions. So let me get started here, although I think I just saw Dr. Rana walk out of the room, So good evening on behalf of Armand, the chair, and the board of the World Parkinson's Program. It is our great pleasure to welcome you back to our first gala fundraiser since the pandemic. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces. Now, I say familiar because I'm reading someone else's words, but for a lot of you, this is the first time I'm actually seeing your real face. So for me, it's exciting in that way that I'm learning new people, and everyone else here appreciates that you're all old friends, so I can't wait until I'm part of that, and I can greet you all as old friends in the future. We have a very exciting program scheduled for you this evening, including our special guest. She is absolutely amazing, and once you hear what she's been able to accomplish while living with early onset Parkinson's, you will be amazed through access to education and medication. And you will get to hear more from her later in the program. But first, I'm looking for Dr. Rana. Dr. Abdul Fayum Rana is a world-renowned Canadian neurologist who specializes in Parkinson's disease and movement disorders. After his neurology residency training, he completed a fellowship in Parkinson's disease and movement disorders from the University of Ottawa. Dr. Rana is currently Director of Parkinson's Clinic of Eastern Toronto and the Movement Disorders Centre in Toronto. He is also the founder and former editor-in-chief of the Journal of Research and Reviews of Parkinsonism, published by Dove Press. He has published extensively, and we mean extensively, in the field of neurology, Parkinson's disease, and movement disorders. As you saw in the clip, Dr. Rana has also blessed us with the set of educational brochures that we've managed to get translated that are so core to people who have Parkinson's and who are experiencing these symptoms. So Dr. Rana has been an invited speaker and conducted many seminars on Parkinson's disease at an international level. So we are so lucky to have him within our midst to share his knowledge and vision. So Dr. Rana has also been an award-winning speaker at an international level.
Parkinson's is one of the most complex neurological conditions. And there is no cure. Without medication, nothing works. Yes, it's important to do research, literature, educating patients, but the key for treatment is medication. And I like to say this again, that WBP is the only Parkinson's organization in the world which is providing the most important need of every single patient, that is medications. If patients don't have medication, if patients don't get medications, we can do anything, but we can't change their condition. So, although Parkinson's was described in 1817 by James Parkinson, but if you go in literature, it has been known at least 5000 BC. So there have been reports. There was a report of a king from Egypt, and they talked about that he would cause his saliva out of his mouth. So probably talking about drooling, which is one of the important symptoms of Parkinson's. So Parkinson's always starts on one side of the body, and it increases slowly. Although there is a notion that this is a disease of seniors, about 10% of the people have this condition before the age of 50, and half of them before the age of 40. So there is a lot of young onset Parkinson's. And we still don't understand what causes Parkinson's. There have been many associations. For example, drinking well water, living in rural areas poses a higher risk of Parkinson's. And interestingly, there are some associations which lower the risk of Parkinson's, for example, smoking. But we don't recommend smoking to stop Parkinson's. So, I'm a student of Parkinson's since I was a teenager. My grandmother used to have a very severe tremor, right? With farmers and in farming houses, everyone has to drink milk at night. So she has to drink milk, and we had to hold her glass, and she would shake like this. I was just a student in the elementary school, and since then I got interested, and then I was studying Parkinson's. But still today, we don't understand what is the exact cause of Parkinson's. So Parkinson's, about 6,000, 7,000 patients are diagnosed every year in Canada, and about 60 to 70,000 patients in US, and about close to 40, 50 patients in Australia. We don't have the exact number in Asian and African countries. So, and the symptoms of Parkinson's, every day we learn things from our patients, new symptoms. If I can ask a question to anyone, what is the most important symptom of Parkinson's or the most common? Anyone? Shaking, tremor, this side? Shaking. See, most people think that shaking is Parkinson's. The tremor is of many different types, but the most important, most cardinal symptom of Parkinson's is slowness of movement or bradykinesia. Patients start taking a longer time to complete their daily activities. They become stiff on the side where Parkinson's started, and gradually they develop trouble with their balance. Their handwriting becomes small. They take longer time to brush their teeth, do buttons or rest, or take a shower. These are slowness, and the tremor of Parkinson's mostly occurs at rest when people are watching TV or resting. So they find their legs to start shaking, mostly starting in the arm, one side in the hand, but sometimes it could start in the legs as well. Usually Parkinson's does not involve the head, the tremor of Parkinson's. So as the disease progresses, the balance becomes a problem. And so these symptoms like the tremor and slowness and stiffness and balance issues, we call them motor symptoms because they affect movements of patients. But there are many non-motor symptoms of Parkinson's, such as drooling or stone face, or people call it facial masking, loss of sense of smell. Loss of sense of smell can start many years before Parkinson's. The small size of handwriting, depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. I used to have a patient, he would, like almost every week, he would call police, he would call 911 because he was so anxious. Any noise in the house from the vein or something he will hear, he will feel that someone is entering the house. He will get a panic attack. So what if one of his child didn't get home on time, so he will get the panic attacks. So these are symptoms like drooling and sleep problems, as I said, constipation, numbness, tingling, pain, cramping, double vision, right? Poor oral health, falls. These are the symptoms which usually lead patients to the nursing home or assisted living, and they affect the quality of life of not only the patient but also the caregiver. And sometimes it causes so much problem that all of the family members of the patients are affected. So as I said in the beginning, I'll conclude that Parkinson's is the most complex neurological disease, and it affects every single system of human body. You name any system, respiratory system or cardiovascular system, I will name you the symptom causing, affected by Parkinson's. So every single symptom is affected, and patients need medications lifelong, and WPP does the most critical work at a global level, providing medications to the patients. And we request that please support these patients. We are lucky to have all these things which we take for granted, but there are hundreds of thousands of patients who are looking up to us to provide medications. Thank you so much.
So now I'd like to introduce our featured keynote for the evening. So, Omatola Thomas is an inspiration to the Parkinson's community. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2016 at age 35 and has since been tirelessly working to improve the well-being of people with Parkinson's disease around the world. She's a board member of the World Parkinson's Coalition, a patient advocate for IPPGC Africa, a founding member of PD Avengers, an international group of advocates determined to end Parkinson's disease, and most notably, a trustee on the board and the founder of Parkinson's Africa.
To reduce severely The video you just watched was produced 3 years ago by Parkinson's Africa. It was a collaboration between Parkinson's Africa, the IPDC Africa, and the Adidas Parkinson's Disease Foundation. As a person living with Parkinson's disease, specifically an African living with Parkinson's disease, that video had a huge impact on me when we first put it together 3 years ago, and it still does to this very day. I will come back to the video later on in my talk, but before I delve deeper into my talk tonight, I would like to thank the organizers of today's event, the World Parkinson's Program, for giving me the honor of being here tonight. Nitish, Nadine, Shane, Dr. Anna, Kelly, and the rest of the wonderful team that makes up this incredible organization. You have put together such a remarkable event for such a worthy cause, and I am honestly humbled to be a part of it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Right. Next slide, please. I would like to open up my talk tonight with one of my favorite poems, and it is a short one, and it was written by a man called Patrick Overton. And it reads, when you have come to the edge of all the light that you know, and you are about to step into the darkness of the unknown, you must believe that one of two things will happen. You will either find something solid to stand upon, or, ladies and gentlemen, you will be taught to fly. That quote came to me as a lifeline on a day that I was feeling particularly anxious. Next slide, please. The day was June 16, 2016, and it was the day before I got diagnosed with, next slide, please. It was the day before I got diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease. Now, I don't know why Patrick Overton wrote that poem. I don't know what he was going through in his life at the time that he did put those words together. I don't know his story, but I know that he must have had one. We all have our stories. You do, I do too. And tonight I have been given the distinct privilege of sharing mine with you. It is an opportunity that I do not take for granted and one that I wish to maximize. And so with that in mind, I have come here tonight with one goal, one purpose, and one focus. And that is to inspire you into believing that all of us, each and every single one of us, possess the ability to thrive. We have the power to survive and the ability to fly in the face of adversity, even with broken wings. This was the mindset that I was trying to get into on June 16, 2016, by continuously meditating and reflecting on Patrick Overton's poem. On that day, my husband and our 2 young children were back home in South Africa, which is where we were living at the time. I was in a hotel room in London all by myself. In my hands, I was holding the results of a brain scan I had done earlier in the day. And you can see the pictures of me getting ready to do the scan that day on the screen. I was supposed to go to see my neurologist the next day for him to interpret the results of the scan. It had taken me 5 years to get to this place. 5 long years in search of an elusive diagnosis that for a multitude of symptoms that quite literally made me feel like my body was falling apart. I was pensive. I was afraid that the diagnosis would be Parkinson's disease, but somewhere in me, I kept hoping against all hope that it would be something less serious. The next day, I sat across from the neurologist as he reviewed the results of my scan. When he looked up at me, I could tell. The expression on his face said it all. I remember Patrick Overton's words as my neurologist started to speak. At that moment, it truly felt like I was about to take that first step into the darkness of the unknown. Except that in my case, the darkness was not unknown. It had a name, Parkinson's disease. And yet, even in that moment, amidst the diagnosis, there was clarity. I may have been entering into the darkness that was Parkinson's disease. But that didn't mean that I had to become the darkness, or that my light had to be dimmed. Quite the opposite, actually. I kept meditating on Patrick Overton's poem. When you have come to the edge of the light, when you have come to the edge of all the light that you know, and you are about to step into the darkness of the unknown, you must believe that one of two things will happen. You will either find something solid to stand upon, or you will be taught how to fly. In that moment, I felt quite oddly at peace as I left my doctor's office. My resolve was as unmistakable as it was unshakable. I was going to learn how to fly. Next slide, please. And so began the long and challenging journey with Parkinson's disease. A difficult journey that will test my resolve as I try to deal with the cocktail of debilitating symptoms that come with this condition. Some of these symptoms are visible and some are not. The visible symptoms include shaking, stiffness, slowness of movement, and postural instability. While these visible symptoms can be tricky to manage, what many people do not realize is that the non-visible symptoms, the ones that you cannot see, sometimes tend to be even more difficult to handle. Some of these include apathy, depression, anxiety, pain, fatigue, and insomnia. Next slide, please. For me, one of my most challenging symptoms is cognitive impairment. Publicly admitting that today is quite frankly difficult for me, and maybe even a little scary to do. I don't know how you will react or respond to that. I don't know if you will think that I'm stupid or if you will feel pity for me. I do not want pity. Empathy, yes. Pity, no. Sometimes processing my thoughts feels like I am trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. It is frustrating and it is confusing. It makes me feel wholly inadequate, especially when I think back to what my capabilities were before I got diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. To be able to stand here tonight and give this talk has taken me an unimaginable length of preparation time, an unimaginable length of time spent sifting through my thoughts, carefully selecting the relevant ones, and stringing them together into a coherent narrative. Simple tasks that were once effortless for me now require immense coordination and concentration and effort. It's like trying to navigate through a dense fog where clarity requires much more of a concerted effort. Every single word spoken here today by me has been carefully chosen and rehearsed. Not because I lack intelligence, but because Parkinson's has made processing even the simplest of thoughts feel like sorting through complex and tangled pathways. It is frustrating, disheartening, and at times simply overwhelming. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just one symptom. One out of over 30 symptoms that come with this disease. Even with access to the healthcare and treatment options and support resources that are readily available in developed countries, Parkinson's disease is still one very tough condition to manage. Next slide, please. This is what led me to establish Parkinson's Africa. The realization of just how challenging my symptoms were despite the access and healthcare privileges that I enjoy now living in the UK. And then juxtaposing that with the healthcare and treatment options available in Nigeria, which is where I was born and raised. And so Parkinson's Africa was established on the simple premise that no one should have to walk through this illness by themselves. At Parkinson's Africa, we envision a world where every single African affected by this illness has equitable access to the resources, to the information, the support, and the healthcare that is needed to thrive with this illness. To fulfill our mission of transforming the Parkinson's disease landscape across Africa and for all Africans, we work with partner organizations as we cannot do this on our own. Tonight, we are gathered this evening in support of the great work being done by one of such partner organizations, the World Parkinson's Program. Next slide, please. Our partnership with the WPP started in 2020 through an initiative called 7 Reasons. 7 Reasons was a fundraising and an awareness campaign that was aimed at highlighting the needs of Parkinson's patients across Africa. It was Parkinson's Africa's inaugural fundraiser and awareness campaign, and we raised over $12,000, which was used to fund patients in Ghana, Cameroon, and Uganda. And so began a wonderful partnership between both organizations. A partnership that involves identifying people who will benefit from free access to Parkinson's medication, sharing contacts and networks of health.
So you have platforms on your tables, and our target for tonight is 150,000 or 300 patient sponsorships. And Natish, if you can switch the slide for this one. So you can see on the slide here, we have a target of 150,000 and 300 patient additional sponsorship. We already have over 500, 600 patients registered in our sponsorship program. And tonight's target is 300 additional patients. I would urge each and every one of you, take a moment, fill out the platform, and donate $40 a month for a patient. This is it's a life-altering impact, as Amatullah has mentioned. I don't need to go through more again, but this is a life-altering impact, especially for the third world country, where the people are a single breadwinner for their family. When you are helping a patient, you're not helping just one person. You are helping a family, and that person will be able to earn the money, will be able to earn the bread for their family. So I encourage and I urge every one of you to fill out the form and then pledge $40 a month. And donate $40 a month for a patient. This is it's a life-altering impact, as Amatullah has mentioned. I don't need to go to again. This is a life-altering impact, especially for the third world country, where people are single breadwinner for them.
So I would like to invite the first person who will stand up and announce his donation. I can tell you that he will get the prayers of all the people who will follow him. So who is the first person to announce his donation? Mr. Faiz Mohyuddin and Mr. Shafiq Malak, Islamic Center of Parkland. Islamic Center of Parkland, $10,000. $6,000. Islamic Society of Parkland. Give them a big hand, please.
Thank you very much. We appreciate being here in this gathering. And I think, as we've heard from folks who were standing here, Sister was earlier here, we could tell that there's a greater need around the world. And definitely we sitting there in this part of the world, quite blessed. But there are a lot of people around this world who really could use our help. So I think we need to search deep down in our pockets and help them as much as we can. Thank you very much.
Well, again, at the state gathering, I really want to express my personal feelings that, I always think of this, whatever the actions we take, why are we doing that? And this is a great these great people, they've been doing a great job, the whole team. Congratulations for doing this, and you're actually acting humanity. And that is number one thing for every one of us as Muslims, as human beings, as Canadians. So thank you very much.
Mr. Ronald King, $1,000. Please give him a big hand.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I know the money is going to a good cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See, if every family can support 5 patients, it's like $200 a month, right? $40 per patient.
It's $40 per month.
Right.
Which is $480 a year.
A year, right. That's for one patient.
One patient.
One patient. So if you support one family, can support 5 patients per year, that's not a big deal. That's not difficult at all.
It's less than a coffee a day. It's less than a coffee a day.
Yes.
Canadian Temple Congress, they are pledging $5,000. Thank you so much.
Big hand, give them a big hand. Canadian Temple Congress.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I have my board vice president and past president and a member of Canadian Tamil Congress here. This is a great initiative. I know personally, I have an uncle who's been affected by Parkinson's, and it's well needed. We are so grateful to support. Thank you so much to World Parkinson's Program for supporting Sri Lanka, specifically Jaffna Mobile Hospital. It's 5,000 is just the beginning, and we're going to be doing more. We're going to do a fundraiser event. We're going to be doing more, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And I'm telling everybody, please open up your wallets. It helps tremendously. I've seen it with my own eyes, back home, the tears, the hugs, and it's so worth it. So please open up your wallets and help them. Thank you so much. As we are sharing, we always give, but personally, I wanted to take care of 2 patients back home in Sri Lanka. And personally, we're doing 2 patients. And of course, with the Canadian Tamil Congress, we hope to do a lot more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we received another organization check, which is Islamic Society of Ajax, $5,000.
I think Mr. Ambassador is here.
Well, thank you very much, and it is a pleasure to be here. I know it's toward the end of the evening, but there's been lots of events from early morning this morning, out in the middle of the field planting trees, to many events in between. Nirmala, thank you very much for your support of this particular event, and thank you for letting me know what's happening here in the city of Markham. You know, all of you already know that the city is the most diverse community in all of Canada. And that diversity is certainly not only celebrated here, but makes our community stronger. And it actually brings together people of all backgrounds to not only strengthen our community here at home, but to strengthen so many communities and causes around the world. And so it's with great pleasure tonight to be here for the Passport to Hope Gala. And a wonderful name that actually says it all, that how important we value our passports when we're traveling. But when you have a passport that says it provides hope, that is something that is treasured. And I want to say congratulations to the World Parkinson's Program for the incredible work that you are doing. Dr. Reyna, thank you for your leadership, for your vision, for your commitment to stamping and dealing with Parkinson's around the world. Otoloma, I want to thank you for being here this evening. Just what I read about you, you are an inspiration. Someone who has raised money to ensure that people across Africa can have access to free medication, and also being on the committee as a strong patient advocate, someone who can speak out for those who can't. And I want to thank you for your inspiration. And I have to say, I wish I was here for your speech, because just reading about you, I was truly inspired by your record of achievement and commitment. You probably have heard a lot tonight that Parkinson's, yeah, let's give her another big hand and thank her. You probably have heard tonight certainly the devastating impacts of Parkinson's. And when you think that Parkinson's is still the second most common neurodegenerative disease, second only to Alzheimer's, it really kind of puts it in a category of its own. It has, with Alzheimer's, we understand how bodies and minds break down at certain ages, but Parkinson's doesn't know that age limit. And so really, although it's second, in many respects it's first, and the fact that 10 million people around the world live with this disease are staggering numbers. And I know here at home, certainly not only in Markham but across Canada, there's tremendous work that's being done with research, but also in providing health care to patients with Parkinson's. And I know that in other parts of the world, that is a greater challenge because of the quality of life and the conditions that they face. So as the most diverse community, as the mayor of the most diverse community, I want to say thank you to all of you, because truly we are a global village, and through the work that you're doing through the World Parkinson's Program, it demonstrates to the rest of the world that we are together in fighting this disease, and we are stronger. And I just want to say thank you to all of the supporters tonight, and wish I could have been here for more of your program, but only to say that I'm honored just to be a part of this, and to say thank you to each and every one of you. Congratulations.
And our first ticket, 302350. 302350. 302301. Winner?
Yes, we have a winner.
ये प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए, किया जाए। Thank you very much.